you. Hello everyone, today we have an interview with the Polish team for the World Cup overview. So I will butcher his name, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Grześ. I play under the nickname of Neo or Neo Telemos, and I am the title player for our Polish team this year, and the coordinator of our team.
Okay, so did you participate last year? How was?
Yes, I was last year. Polish team was participating, and we played. We managed to make the cut, but lost to Germany. And last year I was sub. I wasn't in the first in the first team, let's say, but I played several games because he had problems with scheduling. So I played 3 or 4 games with his Lannister Kingdom of Shadows deck. So I was coordinating the team. So I was still
Heavily
in
involved.
contact with everyone.
So what are the expectations for this year for Team Poland?
Mm-hmm.
Go further?
Excuse me?
Go even further than the cut?
We wish, of course, that we can make further. Can go further in the cut. For now, I think that we had good start. We won with Hungary, and now we play with Greece. Had our first one, our Martel player against Greek Martel. So he's unlucky a little bit because he played against Martel twice already, and he wishes that maybe not mirror match will be nice in next round. But I think that yes, we have quite. I think that we have good team, at least as good as last year, and quite interesting deck. So I wish that we at least make the cut, and we shall see what we'll do another.
So how did you, was there a different approach to the players, to drafting the players for the team this year?
Last year we made qualifications. We made a small online tournament, and we chose to play in groups based on win ratio from adjusting pavilion. And this year there were a little less interested people in playing, but we played in March and April. We played our own Polish Cup, so it was a little bit just like a qualifications. But also I asked people from all Polish metas, from Krakow, Bydgoszcz, and other metas, who wants to play, and we were. It was kind of me with 2 fellow players who helped me. We decided that who we want to play. We asked these people if they said that okay, then we can play for our team. It was good, and otherwise we were searching further. And now we have. I think that all players are very engaged, and yeah, I don't know what to say. It wasn't this. It was my choice, but with consulting with other people, players from other metas.
I mean, everywhere I assume it's like this. So, what's your impression of the ban and restricted list? Do you like it? Is Kingdom of Shadow missed?
This Kingdom of Shadow is interesting theme because we had a lot of discussion in our Polish team. I think that our Lannister deck was the last that we were ready to submit because our Lannister player was very sad that Kingdom of Shadows is banned. He said that there is no other competitive Lannister deck than Kingdom of Shadows. But from my point of view, this ban and restricted list is good. I think that both Kingdom of Shadows and Sea of Blood are overpowered agendas. They are a little bit dull, and I really don't like to play against them. maybe one thing that I am a little bit surprised and unhappy with this restricted list is that Wyman is freed, because I think that Wyman, Mira, Stark, Wyman is so strong in Stark that I think that he should be at least restricted. Maybe not banned, because he's good card to play, and I don't think that Stark are really overpowered. But I think that restricting Wyman would be nice addition to this restricted list. But well, for example, now we play against Greeks, and the Greek Stark doesn't have Wyman at all, so maybe it's just my opinion.
Hector, I assume Hector is the Stark player. I know him very well, so he's always on
Mhm.
the one side of Stark. I mean, he has his own understanding. His Stark loyalist from first edition and second edition, so he
Yeah.
knows the faction. So he's it's not that he don't. It's a educated approach for him. So
Mhm.
that's what works for him, and we'll see. So did you feel that there is an agenda that you're must to play, that it's that good, or a banner like banner wolf, for example? It's almost everywhere, and then agendas.
I lost. I lost you. I don't hear you.
Was there a? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but with some breaks.
Okay. Was there an agenda that you felt like you have to field to play it, regardless where it is? Like
Mhm.
wars to come, crossing. Everyone's playing crossing, one way or
I
another.
was expecting that each team will play crossing, but to be honest, we have crossing in our Stark deck. Our Stark player is playing crossing, but I think that we don't have any Fealty deck, so Stark Fealty would be good as well from my point of view. We thought that Valerian Steel will be definitely played everywhere, because it's really powerful agenda. But I'm not sure if we were considering that in our team there has to be an agenda for any faction, because I was really tempted to play Conclave, and I really like this agenda. I think that with Marwin it's really good, and I was pushing that we should play, for example, Conclave in Baratheon, and we are playing Bara Conclave.
Yes.
I was expecting that I'm Tyrell player, and I thought that for Tyrell it will be obvious that we should play Rush. So either a Crossing or White Book were good
Yes.
choices. Uh, and but I think that all agendas were acceptable. Maybe besides some Green Side or Faith Militant.
There is green
I don't know.
side deck. There is one green
There is
side
Green
deck.
Side deck. Oh,
Yes, there is one. So was
right.
there, with the limited of the agendas that we can run only one, was there a different approach to deck building?
Yeah, we're consulting. We're consulting all our decks with whole team, because we knew that if everyone wants to play, for example, Valerian Steel, it will be. So we had several decks that we started with. For example, our very first deck was Targaryen deck, Targaryen Banner of the Lion, because Camille, who is playing Targaryen, played similar deck last year. He had very good results. He also said that with this new restricted and ban list, it will be still good, and it will be less touched than other meta decks. So it was definitely sure that we want to have our Targaryen player to play Lion, Banner of the Lion. Also, our Mr. Knight Radek wanted to play Targaryen Valerian Steel, and we said that okay, Valerian Steel fits for Targaryen, so why not? But for other factions, I asked each player who was responsible for their faction to propose to type several agendas that they are acceptable. And for example, we were considering Knights of the Hollow Hill both for Night's Watch and Martel, but after tests we decided that Martel will go better with Banner Wolf, and this Knights of the Hollow Hill is good for Night's Watch in our team.
Yeah. So you already touched a little bit on the Mystery Night. So it was basically influenced on the player decision.
Yeah, because we consulted ourselves with Radek, who is our Mr. Knight, and we decided that the Targaryen are probably the most powerful faction, and the player survey made by Conclave showed that it is in fact in players' approach, and decided that two Targaryen decks will be the strongest option. Radek said that if he has to play Targaryen, he would play Valyrian Steel, and we said, okay,
Yeah, that
why
makes
not?
sense.
Yeah, and otherwise, I think that he probably would play Lani Wolf, but then our Martel player couldn't play Wolf, so it was
It's
quite
a
a fast decision.
it's
I think that 3-4 weeks ago, we already knew that we will have Targaryen Lion deck, Targaryen Valyrian Steel as Mr. Knight, and also Martel Wolf quite early. And rest of decks were deciding at the very last moment. For example, our Baratheon player, I convinced him to play Conclave, and convinced finally, but he for a long time he was tempted to play Baratheon Banner of the Rose with
interesting.
Sorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So and now the most peculiar question: how did you approach the choosing of the order? Completely
Uh,
random?
it
Draw a
was it
pattern?
No, it was only chosen by the site random.org. Because I didn't know what to expect from other teams, so I just made 9 random numbers and assigned them
Yep,
this
great.
way.
Now we'll go quickly to the decks overview, and we're starting with the Baratheon Conclave deck. What can you tell us about